What's up, everybody? Gavin here, and today, June 25th, 2024, EA Sports released their top 25 toughest places to play in college football 25 coming out in just less than 3 weeks. Here we are, 11 years later, since the last college football game release, and we're less than 3 weeks out from it. Now, I've not seen the full list just yet. I had to scroll really fast past it because I want to go from 25 to 1 and give my opinion, my thoughts on it. If they got this list right, if they got this list wrong. And that being said, let's get right into her. So, coming in at 25, Davis-Wade Stadium, Mississippi State. I think... Okay. You know, with the cowbells, you know, it's gonna be a loud place to play. Albertson Stadium, Boise State, and Boise, Idaho. I think in terms of the group of 5, this is easily one of the toughest places to play that I can think of off the top of my head. Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium in Arkansas. All right. Michigan State at 22, Notre Dame Stadium at 21, then you got Kinnick cracking the top 25, or top 20, my bad. Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium at 19, okay. Alright, Rice Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City, or in the Salt Lake City area for Utah, the Utes. Wayne Stadium at 17. Michigan Stadium at 16. Alright. Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia for South Carolina, the Gamecocks. Jordan-Hare at Auburn at 14. Neyland at 13. Death Valley Clemson Memorial Stadium for Clemson. And, well, Oregon is not even in the top 10. That's... okay. Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, the Swamp. Okay, in the top, they cracked the top 10. Doak S. Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee for the Florida State Seminoles. Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Okay, that makes sense. I would expect them to be there in the top 10. Camp Randall in the top 7. That's interesting. Beaver Stadium. You know, I expected them to be in the top 6. Sanford Stadium for Georgia, Ohio Stadium at 4, Tiger Stadium, Death Valley in Baton Rouge cracks the top 3. LSU is in there. All right. Bryant-Denny Stadium is top 2, and Kyle Field rounds it out as the toughest place to play in college football 25. I'm going to be honest with this list. It's not great. I think they missed a good bit of these. Like having Autzen Stadium, places like that. Autzen Stadium, Neyland, Darrell K. Royal, and Rice Eccles Stadium. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Having these two not in the top 15 or even in the top 10 is crazy in my opinion. Camp Randall, in my opinion, is a little too high. If I had to have, if you want my opinion, Camp Randall, I would slot them somewhere between 16th and 20th. Right here, Michigan Stadium should have been a lot higher, I think. Michigan Stadium should have been a top 10 lock. I'll put Kinnick in the top 15 because it is a very, very tough place to play, especially if you are a top 10 school heading into Kinnick that weekend. Like, we've seen undefeated undefeated Michigan, unbeaten Penn State, one loss, top 2 ranked Ohio State. You know, we've seen those teams go into Kinnick and absolutely lay an egg against the Hawkeyes. So I think Kinnick should be, in my opinion, somewhere within the top 15. Definitely not in the top 10, but somewhere in between 11th and 15th. Um, in my opinion, Kyle Field, I'd say, is not the toughest place to play in the country. That's just my opinion. I would personally say, I mean, you have a solid case for these four schools to be at number one. Let's see what they said here. But not all home field advantages are created equal. The development team worked to compile a list of the top 25 pieces of play, factoring in historical stats such as home winning percentage, home game attendance, active home winning streaks, team prestige, and more. Um, I like what they were trying to do here, but I think they were miss. I think it doesn't. I mean, it really does matter. The home winning percentage, home game attendance, like doesn't matter how bad you are. A lot of these schools are going to be packed out, despite the record. So your active home winning streaks. I'm not sure if you. I mean, you could factor that in, yes, but I feel like that's. I think that's where the issue comes from, in my opinion. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna give my perspective on a lot of these teams, but Ohio State, being an Ohio State fan, is that Ohio State since, I mean, say let's go back 10 years. The last 10 years, so going back to 2015, Ohio State has only lost 4 times at home. Only 4 times at home since then. Michigan State in 2015, uh, or yeah, Michigan in 22, Oregon in 21, Oklahoma in 2017. Those are the only 4 losses that Ohio State has had at home since 2015. And like those losses at home are a little bit spread out, but except for the last 2, which were within the last 3 years. So I think this is a little bit of a stretch using this metric. Um, well, let's read into this. We laid out a significant impact that home field advantages can have on the outcome of games in EA Sports College Football 25 during our gameplay deep dive campus huddle. Audio and in-game modifiers such as blurred routes, incorrect play art, confidence and composure effects, and screen shaking are some of the immersive impacts away teams and players will be forced to contend with. You know, it's going back to the days of like mix of NCAA 06 with obviously the stadium pulse meter on the upper right, the shaking blurred routes. You know, we've seen that in college football games. You know, in the last I would say 5 or 6 college football games. Incorrect play art. That is, in my opinion, a new one. I'm not sure if that's right, or I'm not right in saying that. But you know, you've seen like in Madden, you know, these last couple of years with their home field advantage, that sometimes like the away team's play art will get messed up. So if you zoom out to look at your play that you were trying to run, it'd be the wrong play or show you the wrong play and it would mess you up completely. We've seen like the buttons for your receivers don't show up. It just shows a big question mark over them. You know, so pretty much a lot of stuff coming back. But hey, whatever adds more immersion to this game, I'm all for it. And to make it feel like you are really playing on the road, I'm all for it 1000%. Confidence and composure effects. The only time, if I can recall, seeing this was in the Madden games the last couple of years, where going back to the play art, the route shaking and all that, like when you're on a cold streak and especially on the road in the Madden games, in my personal experience, is that like the composure of your quarterback and your receivers feels a lot more different, excuse me, than say you're on a very big hot streak. You are absolutely dominating the game in the last 5-10 minutes. It definitely is a great thing to see. It's really a cool thing to see, in my opinion. So, but yeah, this is the list of the top 25 toughest places to play in college football 25. If you like this video, subscribe for more. Once college football 25 comes out for early access, I'm going to be live streaming all week. So subscribe, hit the like, turn that notification bell on if you want to be notified of when we go live for college football 25 when it comes out. And you'll get it. So I'll see you guys next time.